Good afternoon, journalism students. This is Mr. McCarthy, and in this video tutorial, I will show you how to create this particular layout item. Okay, I introduced this to you folks on Monday. You've seen the picture. We have talked about caption writing, and over the last week and a half, we have been working on InDesign. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to take that caption writing experience and combine it with our layout design experience with InDesign. Okay, so I'm going to give you some specific information here, and I'm going to actually break it down here before I put this together. All right, so let me just take you on a quick tour of this document. Okay, so headline's going to go up top. You can use these exact words for the headline, so go ahead and copy that over. Here is your caption information right here, or let me restate that. This is where you put your caption information. As you can tell, I simply put placeholder text there. So part of your assignment is to write a caption for this photo, and I have provided that information to you in the one photo folder that's on class resources. Okay, but let's take a quick look at this caption real quick. The caption headline is using Myriad Pro Bold at 9. Okay, so when you write your caption headline here, use Myriad Pro Bold 9-point font. Okay, it's followed by this little symbol here, which simply happens to be a different font, and it is not showing up there, is it? There it is. Wingdings 3. I've already gone through Wingdings 1 and 2, and I'm just tired of them. So we're going to stick with Wingdings 3 here. That's a 7-point font, and the actual letter is, let me find it for you. It is a U. Lowercase u produces, produces that rectangle or that forward pointing arrow. Either way you want to refer to that. Okay, so Wingdings U at 7 points. Here, for the actual caption, you're going to use Myriad Pro regular 9 points, 10.8 leading. Okay, and I think the 10.8 leading is going to be default if you lower your font size to 9. It'll just go with that. All right, so those are the details for designing your caption. The arrow here, as you see, this arrow you produce with this. You can just simply draw it, and if you hold the shift key down, it snaps into place at 45-degree angles. Okay, if you don't hold the shift key down, you can put it anywhere and it could get a little bit messy. So I strongly advise you to use that shift key as you pull across, and you're going to be gold. All right, here is your actual text, and with this text you're going to notice this. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at this text. We're using Times New Roman regular at 10 points with a 12-point leading on here. Okay. Furthermore, the alignment, the justification, is this icon right here. You're going to start out with your placeholder text here, and so once you select it and click this, it's going to fall in place for you. Okay. You probably notice this big L here. This big L is known as a drop cap. Okay, and if you've ever paid attention to newspaper articles, you've seen these drop caps. They're an ornament in a way to. It's a design element that it signifies the beginning of an article. So I'm going to ask you to produce that, and this is how you do it. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. And this is what it's going to look like when you start. So what I would like you to do is this. I'd like you to select just the L, cut it out, Command X is a cut. Come on over here, paste it, Command V, so there's our L. We check the size on it right here. You want to bring it up to a 24-point font using the exact same font as the rest of the script there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that up to 24, and there's my L. I'm going to make this box around it as snug as possible without making the L disappear, and there we go. All right. Now if I were to just put my L in there, not going to work. So we need to, that's right, put a text wrap on it. So I'm going to go up here to Window, Text Wrap, and there's no text wrap on it now. I'm simply going to turn it on. All right, and then I'm going to place it in place. And that's what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like up close. I think that's going to work. That'll work just fine. If we wanted this line underneath it, we could do this. I could unlink everything here, and then I could minus it. There we go. I tell you what, that looks a little bit better. So let's have you guys do that. Okay? So again, what I just did is I unlinked all four, and then I simply adjusted the bottom for it to pop up. So your drop cap covers 2 lines here. Okay? So there we are. Your image here, you'll notice that there's a border around the image. So the way that I did that is I selected the image and I simply just turned it up to 1 here. So if I go 2, 3, 4, you see the big border. Bring it back down to 1, and that's what we're going to work with. Okay. Last thing is I drew a box around the entirety of this. And the way that you do that is you go to this area here and draw accordingly. It's 1 point on the stroke weight of this box. So if for some reason you get a thicker box or it's not working, double check these 2 things. All right, I'm going to delete that. I am going to delete that. Let's see. Let me just talk about the setup for this page. So when you start, you're going to want to make sure that when you do a new document, you're simply doing letter size. So select letter size, and then the 51 by 66 picas is going to fit perfectly. And you'll start off with that. And then what I'd like you to do is come up here to margins and columns, and go ahead and put 5 columns down. Okay. When you place your photo, what I would like you to do is to place your photo just like this one. So as you can see, let me just pull this down. The photo extends within these 3 columns. Okay, so use this video to mark that. And before you get started, your toolbar may be 1 long column like this. Click these 2 to make 2. And the reason I do that is you can shift back and forth between looking at the grids and laying things out versus looking at the final print document. Okay, so this is what your print document should look like. Remember, before you write your caption, you have to actually create the caption. Don't simply write the information that I have here. We'll use Matthew Martinez as the photographer, so definitely give him credit. I'm going to put a little space right there. There we go. And that is your assignment for today. As always, I'm available to come around and help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. McCarthy signing off.